Hey MMA fans, Cage Minds, your host Mike and Frankel here to do our predictions for Bellator 68. We got 4 fights on the main card, so we're going to throw you down 4 predictions. First fight that we're talking about is a rematch from a Strikeforce event. It was originally a no contest. This fight is between Waachiim Spiritwolf and Marius Zaromskis. Spiritwolf comes in 9-9 with 1 no contest, as Zaromskis is 16-6 with 1 no contest. This fight stays striking. Both men want to strike. I believe Zaromskis is faster, more technical. He'll use his leg kicks to keep the distance, and Spiritwolf has to get really inside to use his power and land a big shot. I think that Zaromskis wins this fight, second round TKO. Either way this ends, it will be a TKO. Next fight we're talking about Carmelo Marrero, 14-5, versus Seth the Silverback Petruzelli. It's 14-6. This is a catchweight fight at 230 pounds. Marrero, he's won 4 out of 5. 6 submissions, 6 decisions, likes to use his wrestling, jiu-jitsu, stay on top, stay close, pressure and grind. His 5 losses, 3 decisions, 2 submissions, has never been TKO'd. So Marrero, he's been fighting at heavyweight, he's been up and down from heavyweight to light heavyweight. This is a catchweight fight at 230 pounds, so these guys are small heavyweights fighting in this one. And I really look to see Marrero wins this fight with the grappling, with the takedowns, with the pressure, with being able to get it to the floor. Of course, on the other side of this, we got Petruzelli, who's won 4 out of 6. His 2 losses were in the UFC, losing to Carlos Vamal and Ricardo Romero, who used their wrestling and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu skills, ground and pound, took him down, stayed on top, got decisions. Petruzelli, though, we know he has power in his hands. 12 of his 14 victories come from the TKO. We remember him knocking out Kimbo Slice, just finishing off Rico Rodriguez the last time we saw him in Bellator. Love Seth Petruzelli. He probably most likely wins this fight, I believe, keeping it on the feet and using a decision. But then the longer that they stay on their feet, the more times we know Marrero's going to shoot in. I want to choose Petruzelli to win this fight using his striking. I love watching the striking, but it's very hard to say that Marrero, who's been going against bigger guys, grappling them, taking them down, and using that positional grappling, that he won't be able to do it against the smaller Petruzelli. So what we're going to do here is throw up my hands. If it goes to the ground, Marrero wins this fight. If it stays standing, Petruzelli wins this fight. Gonna take Seth Petruzelli, mostly because last time I was doing predictions and he was in, I took Rodriguez, and of course he went with a TKO. So Marrero will be looking to get this to the ground. Petruzelli will be looking to keep this standing. I believe we see a decision unanimously either way, because it'll be pretty easy to see who's dictating the action, where they want it to go. But for our prediction, Seth Petruzelli, we're taking to keep this striking. Next fight now is our first Bellator Bantamweight semi-final for Season 6. We got Marcos Galvao, who's 11-5-1, taking on Travis T-Train Marx, who has a 19-3 record. Marx coming in with a 4-fight winning streak. Galvao coming in feeling better about going to the judges, as he had been robbed in 2 consecutive decisions his last 2 fights in Bellator, only to now get a close decision win, beating Ed West. He's in the semifinals now. Maybe Galvao and Marx get the respect that they both deserve after this fight. Really, I see this one as another decision fight. Galvao, 10 of his 11 victories, decisions. He has, it seems, good power. It's kind of hard to tell about his power. Last fight, he did drop Ed West twice, but West throws a lot of kicks, gets himself off balance. So who knows how much of the knockdowns from Galvao were due to power or due to, already being off balance on Ed West. Galvao, we've heard, great Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioner. He is a great Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu artist among great Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu artists. Really, what comes in a problem about this is that he has 1 TKO and no submissions in his mixed martial arts career. You can be great at Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu while doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but when you're getting punched in your face doing it, it's a whole lot different scenario. So for the effectiveness of what we know, with Galvao having no submissions, Travis Marx 10 of his 19 victories are from the submission. We gotta say that the better grappler and the better submission practitioner for mixed martial arts in effectiveness is Travis Marx. Marx is the wrestler, he is the grinder, he is going to push forward. As in Galvao's last fight, he had Ed West, as I keep saying, a guy that likes to move, that likes to try to use distance, stay on the outside and strike a lot. Marx is going to mix it up. He'll stay outside, he'll throw some punches, throw a high kick, and then bull rush you for the takedown and get you to the ground. I see this fight going everywhere. Galvao is going to really be looking to use his leg kicks, punish the legs of Marx, and take away the explosiveness to drive in for the takedowns. But I really think that Marx is just going to go harder. He trains out in Albuquerque. What's the important part about that? The elevation is very high. He has the cardio advantage here. I believe he has the pure wrestling advantage. And being able to punch Galvao in the face on the ground seems to really disrupt his grappling. So, our prediction, 29-28, I'm going to go unanimous decision, actually split. I think we're going to see some controversy about this because it always ends up happening with a Marcos Galvao fight. But we're going to take Travis Marx to use his wrestling to get on top, to be more controlling, more powerful, and have a bigger gas tank, have more energy at the end of this fight. Travis Marx, I'm predicting, will advance to the Bantamweight Bellator Season 6 Finals. And now we get up to our main event, which is the Bellator Season 6 Featherweight Finals. And got to be proud about this. I predicted this matchup would happen this way. We got Daniel Straus, 19-4, taking on 22-3 Marlon Sandro. Daniel Straus, a wrestler, a grinder, 19 victories, 12 of them come via the decision. Marlon Sandro, 10 of his 22 victories come from the decision. So do we see another decision? It's very possible. How do we see stoppages? Sandro, 7 TKOs, 5 submissions. Daniel Straus, 3 TKOs, 4 submissions. The biggest weapon that Daniel Straus has, he pushes forward. He has an unrelenting work ethic. He's going to keep pressuring, pushing the entire time. And that left hand he has is becoming a very viable weapon. The more he works it, the more he trains, the more his technique gets better. Marlon Sandro, he's the Shuto legend. He came over from Japan. He is already a top 10 ranked featherweight. He uses a lot of kicks, comes out very aggressively. This is a stylistic matchup that really, I believe, Straus gets in closer, pushes it more, keeps running Sandro out. We could see a very gassed out Sandro by the time we get to a third round. I almost want to call this a split decision again because it's who lands better. It's who connects. We haven't seen Sandro take on a guy with Straus' style, and we haven't seen Straus really take on a guy with Sandro's style for the amount of kicks, combinations that Sandro throws. But really, in the heat of a moment, in the midst of a brawl, I feel that Sandro throws a little more wildly than Straus. Straus keeps it more together, and in the midst of one of these wild swing combinations, Straus is going to drop levels, blast in with a double leg, maybe even a single leg high crotch, get the takedown, press Sandro down. The size advantage, the strength advantage, it's going to come into play. Daniel Straus is going to win this fight via this decision. Could be a split, could be a unanimous, but I feel he's going to put in a trademark performance, switch levels, switch from striking and grappling, and Daniel Straus will be the Season 6 Bellator Featherweight winner. This has been Cage Minds with our predictions. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter. Also check out isno_net.co.uk. Great mixed martial arts articles, sports articles, all kinds of stuff going down on that site. Also Sundays and Wednesdays you get a chance. Blogspot Radio. Check out Real Talk MMA. This has been Cage Minds. Uncage the warrior within yourself.